Alright, what up world? It's your boy LDZ, Fluke Skipper. Hey, we here with the 100 subscriber special video about a boat. And I just want to do a video of my experience buying a boat. This is a 2001 grady-white 222 Fisherman with a 200 HPDI Yamaha on the back. I'm gonna start just out the gate, no intro, none of that stuff. You know, a lot of people just want to know the story behind it. What happened? Life was right, everything was going good, and I said, you know what? I think it's about time to get a boat. Everybody in the house eating, everybody good, everybody happy, and it's time. You know, let's make the ultimate investment in the hobby. So I saw this boat for sale in North Carolina. Talked to the guy that was selling it, and everything seemed good. So ended up going down, taking a look at it, did the test drive. A few little things didn't work, but I figured it was all good. I mean, it's grady-white, it's got to be a deal, right? Wrong. So we get the price out of the way first. I paid $24,500 cash for the boat. Like I said, it's an 01. It's a 2018 trailer. It's a Ameritrail, custom rims and whatnot. As you can see, the boat has no numbers on it. I scraped them off before COVID to go get it registered, then COVID hit. Like I said, paid $24,500. One thing when you're buying a boat that you got to look out for, you know, they detailed it, so it was nice and shiny and pretty. When I got it, it's still pretty. It looks pretty good. I've only taken it out once, but that once could have cost me the boat. Why? Because I did not know what I was looking for when I went out. I didn't take anybody with me. I did minimal YouTube research. All my buddies saying, oh man, it's a grady-white, man, it's a good boat, it's a good boat, just get it. And it wasn't their influence. It was, I looked in the grady-white boat name and whatnot, and I said, you know, they make a pretty solid product. Let me, you know, so invest in it. So I called a guy and asked him about 7 million questions, and everything seemed like it checked out. The only problem was I asked all the wrong questions. So we're gonna run through a few things that was wrong with the boat when I got it, and a few things that I had to get fixed. So here we go. All right, so starting off, the boat was waxed and detailed when I got it, so everything was just icy white. This pole was missing. It just kind of looked off now that you had the other one, so I went to Home Depot, quick fix. The videos will kind of go backwards. The main problem is going to be first. So when I bought this boat, I ran it, did a full RPM run there and back. Everything seemed good, but one thing I didn't check was the lower unit. So when I bought the boat, the lower unit, the shaft seal where the prop comes out had failed. It was just not even there. It was just a hole. So this thing didn't have no oil in it. So if you know anything about boats, I ran the boat twice for a combined about 6 hours with no gear case oil. So when I came home, I started familiarizing myself with the things I should have been looking for and things I should have been paying attention to. I saw how important these gears inside the gear case was. And I almost had a baby. I was shocked. I was like, wow. So there's a nut. That nut right there, that screw. I should have took that out, dropped it, and saw what the fluid looked like. When I did finally drop it, sludge came out. So I took it to the shop and I told them what happened. From here down, with the exception of the prop and the drive shaft, all had to be replaced. So that was $1,000 for a new lower gear case out the gate. So $1 grand for a gear case because I didn't check it when I bought it. If I would have pulled that plug, if I'd have pulled that screw out while I was in North Carolina and that black sludge came out, that'd have been a direct red flag to just, hey, you know, I made the trip, thank you, but man, I can't take the boat. So we got a refurbished gear case on there right now. It spins better, it sounds, everything's just better now. The boat came with trim tabs, they work fine. Let's say 2018 trailer works, everything works fine. We'll get up here and we'll go over some of the other stuff that I encountered. So the deck don't look too bad. I gotta put that screw down, I just found it. Nice casting deck. I wanted the split deck, but this is all that I could really find, and I'm starting to like it. I kind of like being on it versus having that split deck. My buddy's got a split deck and I've almost fell off that thing a couple times. So here's the front, here's the live well area. Live well works. I had to get the book. These are all fish boxes. It's pretty cool. It's a lot of storage or fish storage in there. I got my weights. I got my deck cleaner. This is like a, I don't even know how many quarts, 55 quarts, and this is like a, I don't remember. This is the bigger one though. I need to see if you can fit a 5-gallon bucket in it. So everything works for right now. It didn't work when I got it. So when I got it, the thing that got me the selling point was that the upholstery had been redone. So this is all brand new. The trailer was brand new. The upholstery was brand new, trailer was brand new. I mean, I'm thinking like, man, if it's got all this good stuff, you know, what could go wrong? You know, I'm pretty much got a brand new boat. So, you know, I knew the cowling cover would have some wear on it. I mean, it's a 19-year-old boat. The bills look good, everything looked good, but I didn't know that that's part of the detail to sell the boat. So they detailed this thing out to the max. It looked beautiful. So on the test drive, going through the switches, I don't have a key with me. I should have brought the key, but the tacks were nice and clear for a boat this age, and everything just looked so good. I'm like, man, you know, for a 19-year-old boat that was 128,000 brand new, you know, this thing's holding up pretty nice. I get home, start playing with stuff. The water pump. It's got a fresh water pump. I hit that, turn that on. Came back, boom. Unless I killed a battery on the night. Oh no, I turned it off. All right. So fresh water pump, which was replaced. I thought it worked. When I bought the boat, I hit it, water came out, I said it's good. Pump seized up 30 seconds after that. Didn't realize it. So I bought a brand new SureFlow pump. I got that working. That combined with the saltwater pump, the raw water pump, and the wiring, and the miscellaneous wiring, they didn't break it up that well on the repair bill. And there's my brand new SureFlow pump. Let's get that light to adjust. There she is. 2 brand new pumps, raw water and that guy there is the fresh water. If you've never been on a boat and didn't have a fresh water source, it sucks when that salt gets caked up on your skin. But anyway, so that didn't work. Saltwater pump didn't work. The radio was intermittent and it was cold. I came totally unprepared for that evolution that day. But I said, you know what? Hey, it floats, it runs. You know, 19-year-old boat, I can get it fixed. Where I messed up, I drove down there too fast. I didn't have enough rest. I didn't eat enough. I was just tired. I was exhausted. I should have just called it off. I should have just called it off from the beginning and just said, you know what? Hey, I'm just going to go home, man. I'm sorry I wasted your time. Whatever. Keep the deposit. I don't really care. But I had to keep pushing. I was like, yo, this got to be the one. You know, and I've had my fair share of deals on the internet, and I'm like, man, it can't stop now, man. I've came up, you know, paid a good price for my truck. I got all this good stuff online, man. My luck's never gonna run out. I'm not gonna say it ran out with this, but it got pretty damn close. So freshwater pump didn't work. That got repaired. What else? So the other depth finder didn't work. Got that repaired. It's this little Blackhawk gauge right here. Funny looking little thing. So you pop this off and you pop that off, and it just all it is a number. It just tell you how deep the water is you're in. That didn't work, and I thought that was just something that had just came with the boat that just was not going to work. But it actually worked. The guys out at the marina that I took it to here in New Jersey, they got them to the whole switch panel to work. But I forgot to tell them one thing. But we'll get into that. So that didn't work. Fuel sending unit didn't work. And just listen to the video. Check this stuff when you go buy a boat. Make sure every little thing works. Take someone with you who knows nothing about boats, because they might have that discerning character to say, hey, look, that doesn't smell right. That doesn't look right. That doesn't feel right. Something's not right about this, because you're going to get boat goggles. And that's the problem I had. I had the boat goggles on. Oh, man, this is so cool, man. This is going to be mine if I just give them the check. Back to the other stuff. And wash down pump didn't work. None of this stuff worked. And I tried backyard fixes, it didn't work, so I eventually ended up taking it to the marina. So for $26,166.65, I got all of this stuff to work. My horn actually works now. My lights been working. Live wheel works. This is what I forgot what that is. That's something that works. Live wheel works. Everything works now. But that's $2,100 later. With a new lower unit. Trim tabs work, tilt and trim work, cables tight, navigation works. You got storage up in the top right here that I really enjoy. UHF radio works. This didn't work. This didn't work. It was miswired. The top strung up nice and good. I got another 3 to 5 years left in that. Steering wheel, if I leave it right here, it's good, but it's got a little play. The guys at the shop said the helm was just, it's in its prime. It's not wore out, but it's not ready to go. The biggest issue I had was the sending unit. Once I took it out when I bought it, it had a full tank of gas, and I took it out for a couple hours. It never moved, and I was just like, Jesus, we've been out here a little bit. We should have burned a couple of gallons. You think? The sending unit was bad. So when I popped this little cap over here to look at it, I noticed there was a wire cut, and I was like, man, that just don't look right. So after 12 hours of backyard troubleshooting, man, I just couldn't take it no more. I took it to the shop. So I took it to the shop. That's when they told me the lower unit was shot. They asked me what else did I want done, and I told them, look, man, I need every switch to work. I want the boat to operate as it should, and I was ready to shell out the money for it, but to my surprise, $1,000, then $1,100 and other stuff between the wiring and the sending unit and the labor. So to me, it's worth it. I like a sense of security. I know there are some things I probably could have done myself, but sometimes I just don't have the time for it, man. I got a family, I got a job, plus I just like that sense of security of knowing that, hey, look, the guys that know what they're doing and did it. And those guys over at Deep Creek Marina in Point Pleasant, Brielle, New Jersey, man, those guys got me hooked up to the point where I can just go out in the water, have fun, as long as I don't hit anything or do nothing. I got the $100 service done on the old HPDI, so I got the $100 service on that. Plugs, water separator, joints greased. I got the compression test when I got it. Compression was good, so it's just up to me to go put some fish in it now, and that's gonna be a warming experience to catch my first fish in my second boat. My first boat was a ultra skiff. You probably seen it on the channel. I've been meaning to take that thing out. I still got the batteries for it. I still got the trolling motor. I'm not gonna get rid of it. That's gonna be my son's. It's a cool thing. But back to the Grady. Yeah. So here we go. I mean, overall, I'm happy with the boat. I had to lubricate these just with a little WD-40, so these work. I'm never gonna have it anywhere where someone will be able to steal it. The boat came with the windows, so I have the windows, but I don't like them. I want to get a custom windscreen to just have that instead of putting those old school flappy windows up. Another thing, some of the lights didn't work. There was 2 seconds of electrical engineering. Guy, he came and hooked my lights up. The bilges are clean, brand new batteries. Oh, batteries! I burned up brand new batteries when I bought it. I had disconnected them for something. Oh, to put a new battery bracket. So I wanted to put a new battery bracket in, and when I went to put the battery back in, I put it in backwards, and I was like, hey, it just seems smarter to face it this way. So I faced it the other way, plugged it up, boom, blew about 9 fuses on the boat, and came out of pocket 2 new batteries. So that was hot trash. So, man, the mistakes, man, the mistakes. The aluminum's not oxidized too bad. Like I say, when I saw it in person, I'm like, why is this guy getting rid of this? I mean, it's not a bad deal, but there's a couple deal breakers for some people. Oh, the freaking tongue, right, guys? So let me tell you about that. So I went to disconnect yesterday after a long trip of going to pick it up with Cocaine Cowboy over there. And tell me why I made the most rookie mistake in the world. I forgot to disconnect the emergency brake cable. So I pull off and I hear a pop, and you can see I live in the woods. Bow! I'm like, good God, what was that noise? Everything's supposed to be good. I go back there and I see the cable land on the ground. I'm like, holy crap. How did I forget to disconnect the freaking emergency brake cable? So the e-brake was popped, the pads was locked up. About 10 minutes on Google, I stuck a screwdriver in there, hit the release on the piston, it was good to go. So now, after all of this stuff was fixed, I gotta take it in and get the emergency cable put back in. It's broke, so they just put a new one in. The cable's $15. They're probably gonna charge an arm and a leg for labor, but it's all good. Hopefully it don't take as long as it took to get the boat fixed. So it took 32 days to get the boat back from my work order. And like I said, I paid $24.5 for the boat. The work order in the end was $21.66, like $65. They got everything done, and awesome group of guys, man. Some of the breakers over on the switch panel were bad. They replaced them. They didn't even call me. I'm glad they didn't, because I told them, just like on TV, man, I almost felt like a superstar. I'm like, hey man, look, from this side of the panel to that side of the panel, make it work. The only thing I forgot to tell them was the cockpit lights down here, but we'll get that on a later date. So you know, when you get a boat, man, it's crazy. You want to do all of this cool stuff, man. I want to get a hard top. I want to put speakers, man. I want to put these LED lights, man. I just want to go crazy. I want to put a freaking Ray Marine, just 20-inch screen right here, man. I want to do all this crazy stuff, but man, I only took this thing out once, so I need to slow my roll, get out on the water, get some experience, and then start buying all these crazy toys. That's why I bought this particular boat. I wanted something I could beat up and have fun with. If I bump the dock too hard, or if I don't have fenders and I scrape the side, if I do a soft run on the ground, I want to be able to do this stuff in this boat, not a $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 Cobia or Mako 242 that I'm gonna be mad that the 4-stroke's jacked up. That 2-stroke will last me as long as I have a boat. So yeah, that's my boat story. I think I hit every detail. I'm a proud boat owner. I got the title for the boat and the trailer in hand. It's in the house. Only thing I need to do now, man, I need to get out there and catch a fish. So today or tomorrow, we're gonna take little man and we're gonna go to get him a life jacket, and we're gonna scope the spot over at the river, and we're gonna take her out for the second test run. This time I'll pay attention to my electronics. I'll be vigilant, and I'll do all of that good stuff. Oh, I forgot to mention, first time I took it out, I ran aground. It was very soft. I just scraped the sandbar, but it scared the living crap out of me. I thought it was the end of the world, but I just kicked up a little sand. So yeah, leave a comment down below if you got questions. If you're about to buy a boat, man, just watch this video, man. Just I'm telling you, man, don't just dive right in it. It ain't worth it. Just take a little bit, breathe on it. Do your research. I could try to outline everything here, but just do your research. Lower unit, maintenance records, 100-hour maintenance. Ask those questions. Ask those questions, because in the end, you're going to buy somebody else's problem, and I promise you don't want to do that. I bought someone's unfinished project because I'm still trying to figure out to this day, and I even tried to hit the guy up on Facebook. I'm like, bro, why did you buy a brand new trailer, get the seats reupholstered? Why'd you do that? That's not cheap stuff to do, to just want to get rid of something. You know, usually people throw some rims on, yeah, make it look a little, you know. But, you know, he did some pretty big stuff. And, you know, I don't know if he just ran out of time or money, but the other stuff that needed to be done wasn't that much. So I'm going to enjoy it. Be on the lookout. First family trip in the boat coming soon. So if you're in the market for a new boat, just, you know, like I said, just take your time. All right. I appreciate the view. Thank you. 104 subscribers as of today. Like I say, I don't do it. I'm not doing this to get paid. I'm not doing this for clout. I'm just saying thank you for pressing that button. One day, hey, we might get big. I don't know. I got the jersey on. Well, I got the cheesy jersey on. It's hot. I ain't feel like putting no undershirt on. This thing wick sweat pretty good. So, all right, holla at your boy, Fluke Skipper out.